Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of NasCard Radio. This is number 85 of NasCard Radio, where trading cars and racing meet. I'm your pal Val. With me is the amazing Jason. Jason, how are you?
Hey Val, doing well. Back for 2 days in a row of recording, so let's do it.
And then the man, the myth, the legend, PSA Hall of Famer, King NASCAR, Logan. How are you?
I am surprised.
Surprised. Why are you surprised? Anyway, we have a good show for you. Maybe great show. I'm not sure. We'll see. I guess we'll see at the end. But always a good, interesting show with some facts, news, nuggets, all that good stuff. So we're going to talk about the NASCAR results. We had Daytona weekend. It was great having all the different series back. IndyCar, we're going to preview IndyCar. IndyCar is starting up this weekend. Looking forward to that. Talk a little bit of Tops F1. Um, the flagship, we found out how to distinguish between a base card and a variation for, I think it's 10 that are um, those subjects of the variations. And we're going to talk about we got some NASCAR news and some eBay sales. But let's jump into it, gentlemen. So we had in Daytona the Camping World Truck Series. That was race number one. That was the 23rd annual Next Era Energy 250. And that was Friday, February 18th, Daytona International Speedway, Daytona Beach, Florida. And so our winner was Zane Smith. And our highest finishing rookie was the one, the only Lawless Allen at position 25.
Yeah, I'm a Lawless fan already.
Yeah, highest finishing rookie.
Hmm.
And so we've talked about Zane Smith a few times. I think it was last year he won a few races, was the highest finishing rookie. But he's in 2018 Donruss next in line. And there's three versions of that with the base, cracked ice, number 999, and explosion to 99. It's got signatures in a Dunruss signature series. There's three versions of that. You have the base or the unnumbered version of the autograph, number to 25, and the one of one. He's also in Panini certified. He's got certified next signatures, no base there, and those range from anywhere from 210 to black, which is 101. So he's also in Panini Prime, getting the clear silhouettes. Those are a little tougher, number to 99, 50, or the 101. And then in 2018 Panini Victory Lane, he has a base card. Number 40 is a silver, gold, number 99 red, 49 blue, 25 green, 5 black, 101, and the four different printing plates. So that's Zane Smith's rookie cards or first cards.
Yeah, those Victory Lane cards, they're foil. So finding one of those in good condition is probably going to be, or I should say, not good condition, but maybe PSA Gem Mint 10 condition, may be tough.
Yeah, I have not tried to grade any of the Victory Lane, but if you're looking for those 2018 Hilly Deegans, actually, there's quite a few different rookies in that 2018. Be on the lookout for Zane Smith. So working his way up the series there with his win in the Truck Series. And then Lois Allen doesn't have any cards yet, but I cannot wait for him to have some cards in hopefully one of these series this year.
I'm hoping he pops up in Donruss.
That was going to be my question. I wondered if we haven't seen a checklist or anything yet,
No,
have
we,
we?
we
Okay.
haven't. And so um, we've got about, let's see, when this drops, it'll about 18 days till Donruss is released. So I'm expecting the checklist maybe here in a few weeks. So I can't wait to see the checklist. I always like looking at the rated rookies. So um, we'll see who's going to be the rated rookie section. So
I think we got a good chance he'll be in there.
yeah, we'll see. Next race actually is not till March 4th. Victoria's Voice 200 in Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Friday, March 4th at 9 p.m. So we still have a few weeks for that. So, Xfinity Series, race number 1, the Beef, It's What's for Dinner 300. That was Saturday, February 19th at Daytona Beach, Daytona International Speedway. And our highest finishing rookie and winner of the race is Austin Hill.
Yeah, he was in the 21 car for Richard Childress. Saw Richard Childress in victory lane with him. That was pretty cool. It was a pretty good race. AJ Almandinger, once again, I think it may be like the last 3 Daytona events for Xfinity. He was like leading going into the final lap and didn't win. So I kind of feel for AJ. he's had a run of bad luck.
Yeah, it goes in spurts, man. Last year he did really great, and hopefully they can do whatever they can to get rid of some of that luck, whatever. So, but we've talked about Austin Hill as well. So his rookies are in the 2021 Donruss. He has 2. He has the normal Donruss and then the retro 1988 version, card number 81 and 156. And then we won't go through the whole list, but all the variations of parallels for the silver, orange, Carolina blue, red. I know I said I'm not going over them, but I'm not going over the numbering anyway. So navy blue, green, purple, pink, artist proof, 5th anniversary artist proof black, and the black trophy club, which are 101s. Same with the artist proof. Then he's in the optic, card number 55. He's got the hollow orange, pulsar, Carolina blue, gold number to 10, and gold vinyl to 1. Optic signatures with the hollow number to 99 and the gold vinyl to 1. And then the 2021 Donruss printing plates, all the different colors and for each one of the cards.
So why do you think his card that Logan is showing there on the screen? Why do you think his card was not designated as a rookie or as a rated rookie?
I'm not sure. I don't know if maybe they missed that or.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know why it's weird because it's like that in not just NASCAR, but like all the sports. I mean, some of them get the rookie logo and some don't, and I don't know where the logic or lack of logic is in that. It's like hit or miss almost. I don't know.
Well, now you got me second guessing my list here. I was going to go out to the trading card database, but just double check here because I don't want to say something wrong.
Well, I mean, Logan did have the card up before we even started talking about it, so I feel like you guys were probably on the same page.
Give me 1 second. Yeah, Austin Hill. Yeah, 2021. So I don't know, Jason. That's a great catch that they don't have the rookie logo on it. So
yeah, because when he held it up before we started recording, I thought it's just a base card. Like, what's he doing? Not even thinking of who it was or anything like that. But then when you talked about the 2022 Donruss going to have rated rookies in it, and we were talking about, whether or not Wallace Allen would be in there, and then it was like, oh, well, why didn't they do it for Austin Hill? So, yeah, another question we'll never get answered probably. But
now I don't know, Logan, if you have any of the Chronicles. So he's in the 2021 Panini Chronicles. He's in the Zenith. So he's card number 15 there, and then he's got the different parallels: blue, red, purple, hollow silver, hollow platinum. And then he also has autographs in the Zenith autographs. And then he's in Prism, but he's in the signing sessions, and I don't know, there's about 15 different versions of the signing sessions in Panini Prism. So I'd be curious about the Zenith. I can't remember. I think I remember seeing what that car looks like, but I can't remember if it's got the rookie logo. So, but anyway, that's Austin Hill. So, rookie and winner of the race. So that's a nice combination.
Yeah, and he gets to go to the playoffs too.
Right now he's leading for rookie of the year. So
yeah, buddy, that's all it takes, man. You be a rookie and win the first race.
yeah. Race number 2, Auto Club Speedway. That's Production Alliance Group 300. That's Saturday, February 26th, 5 p.m. The stages are 35, 70, and 150. Practice is Saturday at noon to 12:30, and then qualifying is also Saturday from 12:30 to 1:30.
Yeah, and one other word on that race. Our buddy, Ty freaking Gibbs, finished 11th. I was really hoping he would get up there, but didn't quite make it. But that was his first time, I think, on the Daytona track as far as in a race, an Xfinity race. So he did real good.
Yeah, because last year he won, but it was the road race.
Yeah.
Moving over to the Cup. And that was the 64th annual Daytona 500 Sunday, February 20th at Daytona International Speedway. That was an interesting race, and they're waiting for the big one. And Austin Cedric, our winner and highest finishing rookie, was able to survive the carnage and cause some carnage, I guess.
Yeah, well, the guy who used to drive in that car caused a lot of carnage.
Yeah, I saw the meme of it looked like him driving a bulldozer. So
Yeah, I've seen several different ones. There was one that had like a big catch guard, or I don't know what you call it, on the front of it. And then I saw the one with the bulldozer. There's several different ones out there. It's hilarious.
But our, top 10, Austin Cedric, Bubba Wallace, Chase Briscoe, Ryan Blaney, Eric Almirola, Kyle Busch, Michael McDowell, last year's winner, David Reagan, Brad Keselowski, and Chase Elliott, 10th. And then number 11, just for Ty Dillon.
Yeah, I was proud for Austin Cedric, but honestly, right there at the end, I wanted Bubba to win. I really, really did.
Yeah, so did I. And I was thinking, man, what I wouldn't give to be at the Penske office for that meeting on Monday with Austin Cedric and Ryan Blaney. So
I was pulling for Blaney. If I was going to pick a driver to collect, he'd be the one, and I haven't officially settled on him, but I think it's probably going to happen. But when I watched and saw Blaney, I really hoped that he would finish it out. But off of the card subject, and this is, just a racing question in general for you guys, when you see something like that happen on the last lap or two, and I think it happened in the previous race as well, but when you see something like that happen and there's just so much damage to cars, how upset do those team owners get for something like that? I mean, I know you're trying to win, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, 30 more seconds and you just save thousands of dollars.
Well, I don't know if you watched the truck race. Kyle Busch had a shirt on.
Not.
So Friday night, Kyle Busch runs Kyle Busch Motorsports, the trucks, so he's the owner. And his shirt said, most expensive day of the year or something like that, because of the carnage for the truck, the cost of the trucks. And, stuff goes home mangled and destroyed. So I'm sure at the Cup level, it's the same way. It has a massive payday, but I'm sure, I don't want to call them throwaways, but they know, the big one, and it's just, I guess they've accepted it. I know they complain about the plate racing and stuff like that, but
and especially, I forget who had the big wreck at the end, and I forget which driver that was, but I saw so many questions of like what happened to the engine, in that car. I'm sure it's not, I don't know how all this works, but with as much damage as that was, I'm sure it's not exactly the same car coming back. They're starting over, I guess. But just something like that, when it happens at the very end, has to be disappointing for them.
Yeah, I think a lot of it depends on the owner. There's some owners that say, go out and win. I don't care what you got to do. You don't bring anything back. Just go out there and win. And then there's other ones that are like, man, this is like only one of a handful of cars we got. You need to take care of it. Don't wreck it. So, I mean, it really depends on the owners, the budget, and all that. So, there's some of those teams. I mean, I'm sure like Joe Gibbs and, Hendrick and those guys are like, do what you got to do. But, some of the lower end teams are probably like, man, be careful.
Right.
Yeah, some of them are just, trying to finish to get the best finish, and they'd rather have the truck than the money because they know they're one of the low levels, and they might withdraw earlier, just to get away from all the carnage and be able to bring that. Because when you have a small budget, who was they talking about? There was like only one full-time person on the team, and that they can't afford to lose a vehicle like that. So, but Austin Cedric, highest finishing rookie and winner of the race, and his card. So we've talked about him the last few years, having won in Xfinity and then runner-up last year, as and winning so many. But 2018 Donruss, the Phenoms, and there's three versions of that: the base, cracked ice, and explosion. The Panini certified. That's you, Logan. Card number 80. And the orange to 249, red to 199, blue to 99, gold to 49, purple to 25, green to 10, and black to 1. There's also mirror gold to 25, mirror purple 10, mirror green to 5, and mirror black to 1. He has signatures in 2018 Panini Prism. There's a few different versions. There's unnumbered base Prism autograph, Prism camo autograph, and then from 99 down for Panini Prism. And then Victory Lane, he also has a base card in 2018 Victory Lane. So when you're looking for Zane Smith, card number 33, Austin Cedric, and again, silver, gold, the 99 red, blue, green, black, 101, and the 4 different printing plates. And then also Victory Lane signatures to 199 and 1. So his 2018 autographs are a little tougher to get, nothing numbered, 249 or anything like that, some of that other stuff. So, and there was a massive run on his stuff on ComC Sunday. So,
but
if you've been listening,
eBay was the same way. I mean, my God.
But if folks have been listening to us for the last year or two, we knew that he won the Xfinity, he was runner-up last year, and that he was moving to Penske, and that he would have pretty good equipment, which turned out he did, and he didn't have a problem making it a little small for Ryan Blaney. So,
no, yeah, Ryan Blaney went up against the wall. So did Kyle Busch. I mean, it was mayhem right there at the very end. And I thought for sure when Cedric came up on Ryan Blaney, I thought for sure he was going to get turned around, but he straightened it up. He wiggled a little bit, and I thought, well, here comes Bubba, and Bubba's going to win it. And then, like right at the end, Austin Cedric got it. Like, I was happy, but I was kind of sad too.
So I did see Bubba trying to rub Austin Cedric, but he was missing a fender. So, so he was going a little open wheel on one of his wheels there.
Yeah, that was from that previous caution that did the green white checker. Because they showed it on TV. I forget who hit him on the side. It just knocked that.
Yeah, it just flew off.
Yeah, it did, because it wasn't sheet metal. It all flew off.
Yeah. So next race, the Auto Club Speedway, the Wise Power 400, Sunday, February 27th at 3:30 p.m. Auto Club Speedway. Stages are 65, 130, and 200. Practice is Saturday at 2 to 2:35, and qualifying is Saturday 2:35 to 4. So this might be a good time for a quick trivia, Auto Speedway trivia.
Yeah, buddy.
For Auto Club Speedway, who has the most wins at the Auto Club Speedway, which opened in 1997?
Yeah,
We'll reveal the answer in our next segment here.
Yeah, we'll do the answer later.
So we have any NASCAR news?
Yeah, we sure do. We have just a little bit of news. Kind of going with the theme of California. Kyle Busch leads all active drivers with 4 wins. And then there's a whole list of other drivers that only have 1 win. So California is definitely KFB's track. So hopefully, I'd love to see him pull out a win. And I think he very well can, because he last won in 2019. So, before all the pandemic craziness started. So I'm hoping he wins, but we'll see what happens. Also in NASCAR news, and I thought this was interesting, Daytona 500 winner Trevor Bain is going to be returning back to Xfinity, which I think is going to be real cool. And not only that, he's going to be driving for Joe Gibbs. So he's got a good chance of winning some races. He's going to make 7 starts in the number 18 car. So that's going to be really cool. I'm glad to see that. He's been out for a little while. I know, after he won the Daytona 500, there was a lot of high expectations for him. And then he had some medical issues. And, they were talking about, like, he had a spider bite and some all kinds of other weird things. I don't know what all really happened. But
Yeah, it was all kinds of speculation. Back. So, yeah, no, it's great to have him back. He's in the 2010 Element rookie cars.
Yep. Yeah, I was always a big fan of his, and I remember watching when he won the Daytona 500. I said, well, the way they were pushing and shoving around, I said, like 10 laps ago, I said, I think Trevor Bain's going to win. So I actually went out on eBay and bought some of his cards just in case, and he did win.
There you go.
Before he won. So,
I was going to say our predictions for the win. I think I had Harrison Burton.
Oh, yeah. Joey Logano didn't do crap.
Yeah. Had Denny Hamlin. That didn't go well either.
Yeah. We were the kiss of death for those guys.
Right.
Well, Harrison Burton was doing great until the snowplow came through.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, Keselowski just hit the ever-loving snot out of him and just knocked him sideways, and it was on from there. But yeah, our predictions didn't go good at all. So maybe next year. Any
more news?
Yeah, I was going to talk about the TV ratings for the Daytona 500, and of course, like I talked about before, I don't know what all these freaking numbers mean. All I'm going to do is regurgitate this stuff. They had a 4.7 rating, which equated to 8.87 million viewers on Fox. So that's, and this is one of these baseball stats that kind of kill me. It says that it was the highest rated and most watched race since Daytona 500 since 2019. And it's only been 3 years. It's
all the way back in 2019.
Way back in 2019. They do those baseball stats like that. So-and-so hadn't hit so many hits in a game since 2021. It's like, so what?
Yeah.
It doesn't freaking matter.
But the commentaries and the folks, they just couldn't stop talking about how full the stands were and the infield was. So there's a lot of folks there too.
Well, they also said that it was the most watched single network sportscast of the entire week. It beat the Olympics, and take this, NBA, it beat the freaking All-Star game. So take that, NBA. So there you go.
Okay.
I was glad for that.
Well, it's exciting to see.
So
I know there's a lot of positive changes going on in NASCAR. So.
Yep, for sure. And I do want to make a personal comment about the Fox coverage. And this is just me. Right at the end of the race, when they were showing the finish, they used a drone shot from above, looking down onto the track. And to me, it was kind of it disoriented me. And I didn't know where the start finish line was, because they were kind of following it. And it's not like, the traditional shots where they're veering off to the left and they follow the cars till they go across the finish line, right? So I didn't like that at all. So anybody at Fox that is maybe listening, everything was great to me except for that. I did not like that. So that's my 2 cents worth. But yeah, it was a great race. I loved it. I always love first time winners. It always helps my PSA sets. I have to add the new people to my PSA sets.
Keeps you busy.
It does keep me busy. Now I got to wait for PSA to lower their rate so I can send in an Austin Cedric card.
Get a $50 Austin set.
Yeah, no, not gonna happen.
So, Logan, this is more to you. Val and I got to talk about this a little bit last night, but with Emmitt Smith now being an owner for the Xfinity series, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember the driver's name off the top of my head, but what is your opinion of that situation? Because we talked about it, so I kind of know Val's perspective, but what's yours?
Well, I think it gives good visibility to the sport. I mean, you have eyes that look at football and say, "Hey, there's Emmitt Smith, and he likes NASCAR, and I like Emmitt Smith. So, hey, I'm going to give this NASCAR thing a try, and I might like it too." So, I think from that perspective, it's definitely a positive. I think it can get new fans, and it not only that. I mean, I'm sure maybe some of his peers might see that and go, "Wow, Emmitt Smith's investing in NASCAR, man. Maybe I should do something in NASCAR."
Right.
So, who knows? Maybe Tom Brady will have a NASCAR team.
And Val brought it up last night when we talked about it, the notoriety of some of the owners now, Emmitt Smith, Pitbull, Jordan, there was somebody else you mentioned. Help me out here.
I mentioned Brad Daugherty.
Okay. But, I mean, there's Emmitt Smith and Michael Jordan are pretty big names in their respective sports, so I kind of see what you're saying, Logan, of, maybe this is a safer route to invest my money, which is exactly what Emmitt said. He wanted to invest in something it almost seemed like he wanted to invest in something that wasn't just money sitting somewhere, like in a, crypto or, something like that, which is popular with some of the athletes now. Like he wanted to actually be out doing something, with that money. So that was an interesting perspective, but yeah, I agree with you. And then hopefully with the cards, we can intertwine this with Panini a little bit before they lose the license, the NFL license.
So the driver is Jesse Awuji. He's running for Xfinity Series Rookie of the Year. I think he was in the military, and then he's trying the race. So I think Emmitt saw some of that information and wanted to basically invest in him and help him as well as, get into racing.
Well,
and do you know the background on the number? Did you see this?
Number 34, I did not.
So they wanted number 22 for obvious reasons of Emmitt Smith, but they chose number 34, and I'm going to butcher this, but it had something to do with Wendell Scott and him using that car number.
Yes, that was Wendell Scott's number.
Okay,
yes.
So that's why they went with 34 instead of 22.
Yep.
Because Petty was 43 and Wendell's 34.
Yep.
There you go. I have a postcard. I'm showing a postcard right now of him. So there you go.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad that they've got that number. That'll be neat. Maybe they'll have some retro paint schemes too. That would be awesome. Nice tribute.
Oh man, that would be nice. Of course, I said before I'd love to see some Wendell Scott cards too.
Yeah, Panini, if you're listening, we want Wendell Scott cards.
Definitely. Oh, also, I didn't know if we want to update any through the mail stuff.
Yeah, I can do that. So, let's see if I can pull this picture up real quick.
Just to recap, Jason, we talked about the Holly Farms set on the show, and Jason went out and bought, I don't know how many sets of the Holly Farms, but
it's either 10 or 20. Yeah.
And so we had, I guess, talked to him, and he's been on, been doing the show long enough that we finally kind of somewhat assimilated him. And so he sent a bunch out through the mail to get autographed, and he's already gotten a few back. I can't remember who it was.
So my official update, I purchased Benny Parsons. I got that for $5 or $6. And you guys gave me, the NasCardRadio seal of approval that it was legit. So I got that one. It's a 30 card set. So I sent out Brett, Bodine, whatever.
Bodine.
Okay. Michael Waltrip, Bill Elliott, Richard Petty, Lake Speed, and Harry Gant. So out of those 6, I've received back Harry Gant, who signed multiple, Lake Speed, who signed one technically, but included signed stuff of his own, Bill Elliott, who signed multiple, and the newest success that I've received was Richard Petty, which was the one we kind of all knew was going to get returned, but he signed 2. 2 of 2 that I sent. I've sent 2 to everybody so far. But he actually used the gold paint pen, which I kind of agree with you, Val. You said it popped. But I'm not home at the moment. I'm currently out of town working, so I do not have the cards with me. But I'll give a visual update here probably next week now that I know we're going to do some video episodes. So the 2 that I'm still waiting for are Bodine and Michael Waltrip, which according to the research that I did should be coming back anytime. They, I think, took about 4 weeks, and that's right about where we're at. So
okay,
good.
Well,
so
awesome.
far. Yeah, 4 out of 6.
And just the price of postage, so you can't beat that.
No.
And of course, the king, the icon of the sport, and most wins ever, and the price of stamps.
Right? I mean, 2 autographs for the price of 2 stamps, which I think is like 53 cents or something like that right now. So we'll say just over $1. I don't know. Can you guys see this at all?
Yeah.
It's hard to see.
Yeah.
That's a picture of one of them.
That's pretty. I like it.
And It's what we always say, big, all the letters are there. So always a nice autograph.
Yeah, we've talked about him signing autographs at his museum before. There's a certain day of the week, I think, that he comes in there, and they got 2 ladies that volunteer there that work there and run the museum, and they take all the mail that comes in. They set up these tables, and they line everything up on the tables, and he just comes in and he just goes and puts his John Hancock on everything, and then they pack it all back up and send it back out to everybody. So it's really cool how he's got it going. But he's loyal to his fans to a T, and that is absolutely one of the things I admire about him the most.
So I wonder the pin situation, because he's getting stuff left and right. He's probably getting die casts. He's probably getting cards, random oddball stuff all along the way as well. And the first thing I noticed is that I don't think I've ever gotten a through the mail return back in 25 years that was a gold paint pen. And you can't tell me that was just a coincidence. I feel like his ladies or whoever is helping him do this have this section is gold paint pen. This section is blue Sharpie. It has to be.
So, Logan, I don't know if you want to take this one or I'll take it, but having gotten him in person numerous times, he has all the markers there. He knows what to sign with.
He does.
So he's going back and forth. Do you think it's divided up, or do you think he's just going back and forth?
Well, when we're the times that I've seen him, it's always been like in line. So he'll go.
Gotcha.
If it's cards or whatever, he'll usually go with the one, but he might change if he needs to. So he's got the black Sharpie, he's got the white paint pen, and he's got the gold paint pen. So
yeah, he's got them all with him. And I think there's some logic to what Jason is saying. It would make sense for those ladies to have these things categorized, because he'd be forever swapping Sharpie.
Yeah, that was my
ink
thought.
pen. So in order, just as a time saver, I would think he would have to do it that way. But when he's out and about, Val's right. He has all those with him at all times, and you gotta watch him sometimes, because if you like have a box or something and you're kind of holding it up, he'll grab it from you and he'll sign it. It's like,
I tell you the thing where I have my little Logan, the books we bought, those little 4-page books.
mhm.
I was at the Stocks for Tots. I have two of them. I put one of them down to get the 72 STP Petty out, and he picked up that book and whoosh. So I have one of those books with a big. I mean, he fills up the space. So if you give him something big, he fills up to the signature big. He can span his autograph. So that is big and bold across that book.
That's
So
cool though.
little, yeah, no, it's awesome. But I'm like, wait, oh,
That's
yeah, it
a
was
cool
awesome.
story.
But he'll, again, you put something down in front of him. To your point, he'll sign it.
That's cool, Jason. I'm proud for you, man. So hopefully, by the time you get back home, you'll have some other ones.
Yeah, well, probably not this time because I'm going back tomorrow. But next couple weeks, yeah, I'm gonna have to load up on some stamps and send some.
Yeah, you got to send
more
Kelly
out
Yarborough, I
because
think.
I've gotten Flint, so yeah, I gotta do a new next round 2.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you guys got me wanting to do that too. I just got to find some time. I want to send out some more 88 Max.
Yeah, if you have it, anybody has 88 Max, all those legends or the guys still in that set, they still sign. So I think all the 88 Max should be signed. Those are great sets to work on, and at least the driver cards, because Lake Speed and Cal Yarborough, Bill Elliott, and go on and on. Michael Waltrip's in that too. So
Darryl Waltrip.
Darryl Waltrip, yeah. So 88 Max, and there's no gloss on those. So, but 88, 89, 90, it's all great stuff. So, let's see. Moving on. I don't know if there's anything else. And so we'll answer the trivia. So the driver with the most wins at Auto Club Speedway is Jimmy Johnson with 6.
Yeah, he's a California kid, so he was winning at home.
Yeah. So I'll give you another trivia. The Auto Club Speedway, 2 drivers recorded their first Cup wins there. So we'll reveal that here in a minute.
Yeah, I think we will talk about some of them, but we'll see.
Yeah. Moving over to IndyCar. IndyCar, guys, is starting up. Race number 1, the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg, on the streets of St. Petersburg. That is Sunday, February 27th at 12 p.m.
Yeah, I'm digging the temporary road courses like that. They had one in Nashville last year that was. I wish I could have gone, because it's only like 3 hours from me, but that was a fantastic race.
That was like over the bridge and back.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the start of IndyCar. So, and next week we'll review the race and some of the rosters and some of the drivers that are on there, and if they have some cards or whatever. So I don't think there's any current producers producing IndyCar, but I do know that there is a IndyCar set in the works, trading card set of some of the older drivers. So more to come on that as it gets revealed.
That's cool. So, hey, I've got something that we could probably do next week. Why don't all of us do like who we predict is going to be the champion in IndyCar and who's going to win the Indy 500?
Sure. Everybody's got some homework for next week.
Yeah, a little bit of homework. I already had my picks.
You already did your homework, right?
I already know who. It's somebody with a last name similar to me. Anyway. So
Yeah,
it's I just go with my heart instead of my head. But yeah, we can talk about that next week. So yeah, let's do some predictions. I think that'll be cool.
that sounds awesome. Let's reveal our trivia uh, answer. First wins at the Auto Club Speedway: Jimmy Johnson in 2002 and Kyle Busch in 2005.
So we did mention them.
Yeah, two
Ding ding
of
ding.
the legends there in NASCAR. I know Kyle Busch is still racing, but he will definitely be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Do you guys think that Kyle Busch will surpass Dale Earnhardt's win total of was it 76? I don't think so. I don't think he's got enough time to make it that far.
Not how tough the competition is.
Yeah. That's what
What's he at now? What's his total right now?
So you at 49?
No. It's 55, isn't it?
So
That's
he would need 21 to beat it then? Would you say
And how-
75?
That's a tall order these
Yeah,
days. Like what Val said, with the competition is fierce and tough as it is these days. It was amazing that how Jeff and Jimmy were able to pull off what they were able to pull off in these days and times, because there's so much more parity now than there ever has been before.
Yeah, I mean, how many has Kyle Busch won in the last few years? And you have both Kevin Harvick a couple years ago with plenty of wins. Chase Elliott. I mean, you got so many of these young guys. There's just so much talent that it's going to be tough to rattle off the wins. So,
Well, even if he had 4 really good seasons and did 5 and just as quick as possible, I mean, but also being realistic, and did 5 a year for 4 years, that's still 4 more years. I mean, and you're talking his first, Cup Series win was 2005. That's a long time.
he's been running a long time. I expect Kyle Busch to be. I mean, what else does he have to prove? 2 championships, all those wins already. He's racing in trucks. I could see him maybe leaving Cup and then getting a championship in Xfinity and a championship in truck. So I think that may be more appealing to him than going after the Cup race, Cup wins or whatever. But I got nothing to go on. But
Okay, so I stand corrected. He's got 59. That's my bad. He's got 59. Kevin Harvick's 58. So Kyle Busch is currently 9th overall on the all-time win list. His next goal is Dale Earnhardt with 76.
yeah, there's a big gap between those guys.
Yep, sure is. So I don't see him getting there. I mean, as much as I would love to see him get there, I'd like to see him rattle off a 10-win season. I think that'd be freaking awesome. But I just realistically, I just don't see that happening.
Yeah, totally agree. It's gonna be tough. Love to see him, but there's a lot of talented folks out there. So
Yeah, and Kevin Harvick went winless last year. So I mean that tells you right there. I mean, the year before he had what? I forget how many wins he had. Was it
7 or something?
7? I think. Yeah,
He had
7
a few.
wins. So, and one more question to you guys: do you think Kyle Larson is going to have the same type of season this year as he did last year? Taking the new car into consideration and all that.
What was his win total last year? 9? I mean, ballpark. You don't have to give me exact, but I thought it was like 8 or 9 or something like that. I mean, to me, that seems like somebody trying to repeat 60 home runs. That's what it seems like to me.
Yeah, it'd be tough. I mean, if they were in the same car, I'd say maybe, but with the next gen and as they were talking about during the race, all these guys were learning drafting and everything else with these new cars. So I don't know. I think it's too up in the air to tell.
Yeah, he had 10 wins
Okay.
off the All-Star race. So he actually had 11, and he had a couple, at least 2 or 3 races where he had that last lap where he blew a tire, and there was a couple other races with late cautions that messed him up. I mean, I think he could have easily had 13 wins.
So what do you think? You asked us. What do you think?
Well, I think no, I don't think he's going to be able to duplicate that. I think there's other factors involved here, like the car and other things that are going to prevent him from having a 10-win season. Now, do I think he's going to have like a 5 or 6-win season? Probably.
That was going to be my next question. Like, what number would you give him as a prediction? But 5 or 6?
I think 5 or 6. But the Chevys were not. They were good at Daytona in qualifying by themselves, but in the race themselves, the Chevys weren't all that good, I saw it in practice, and we may have talked about it before, that the Fords were the team to beat, and that ended up being true. So maybe, it depends on what kind of packages they're going to have with these cars. California will be a good test when we see this week what happens. But yeah, I just think he'll have maybe 5 or 6 wins. That's still a lot, though. I mean, we think about it. Out of 30, was it 33 or however many races are on the schedule this year? I mean, that's a huge percentage of wins. So we'll see.
Yep. So I wanted to talk about Topps F1. We've had a week of the flagship being out. I think prices have dropped to about 500 now. Some more information has come out about the variations. There are 10 variations that are super short printed. And if you look on the back, it's, your typical Topps on the back, last line, there's a nice code back there. And basically the last 3 numbers will tell you. So if the last 3 are 924, it's a base. And the image variations end in 944. So you're looking for Lewis Hamilton, number 1, number 2, Bottas, number 3, Max Verstappen, 4, Sergio Perez, 7, Sebastian Vettel, 9, Fernando Alonso, 11, Yuki Tsunoda, 15, Kimi Räikkönen, 17, Mick Schumacher, 18, Nikolai Mazepin. So those are the 10 that will have the different, possibly different numbers, but they're, like I said, they're super short printed. And I think they're saying like maybe 2 or 1 per 10 box case or 2 per 20 box case. So they're going to be tough.
So I guess that's how they're going to try to get some value into this.
So before we go further, what are your opinions on the codes from Topps? Did you like it pre-code, or do you like it with the code because it gives that distinction for sure? I'm not a fan. I like the mystery of what is this.
I don't know. I can see it both ways. I mean, knowing the 10 that again, it's not a large number. I know, like in NASCAR, we have image variations and stuff like that where we don't have codes, but I usually can tell that it's not the image variation because I never get the image variations.
Right.
So I don't usually have anything to worry about, but to be able to go out and maybe do a little research on those 10, right? Go to eBay and check in the different, what the most common image is, and do I have that? So, or, there are some sites that show you the 2 different ones. So, yeah. And I guess I can see definitely why Topps does this, right? Because they do it in the other series that they do, other sports. And so there is definitely a, I guess
there's a distinction.
Yeah. Like,
without a doubt. Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things like, if somebody's selling an image variation at a show, and if you know about it and the seller doesn't, I mean, I don't know. It's all kind of gimmick anyway. Used to
True.
be, I started collecting like in '79 and stuff where it was Bump Willis or whatever. There was two different colors on the name flag or whatever. So, it was word of mouth or whatever. So, and then again, they weren't crazy expensive. They're not, like these are super short prints. So I don't know. I just spent, I don't know, 2 minutes going on rambling without an answer. So sorry.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you, I think having the codes on it, I don't like it. I mean, let's put some mystery into it. Let's make people do some study and do some homework and figure it out. Let's just don't give it to them. I mean, heck, what's the fun in that? I mean, isn't part of the fun of collecting the mystery of certain things and, the unknown of certain things? I mean, just no codes. So I'm against them.
Now, I will give them credit. On a lot of these, they don't announce beforehand that there's a photo variation. Sometimes, it's on the pack odds or whatever, but it's not on, the sell sheets that they send to Beckett for distribution or GTS or whatever. So I will give them a little bit of credit on that, that at least they do it that way. But yeah, I'm with Logan. I prefer no code, but we can go back to F1 specific now.
So the base card image variation is 1 in 165.
Wow.
So that would be 9 roughly boxes, 18 packs per box, right?
Yeah. The foil fractor is 1 in 11,344.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
So they're making a lot of base cards.
11,344.
11,344 for foil factor.
So 1 in 630 boxes divided by 12. 1 in 53 cases.
Good God.
Right?
Yeah. I was able to get somebody from the Facebook has a great F1 card group, and I think it was Ryan Cracknell was wanting foil wrapper box pack, and so somebody from the group was able to put it out there. But one thing I did see was, they always have for a chance to obtain any of the cards listed above at the same odds or whatever while supplies last, hand print your name and complete address on a 3x5 card and mail it in a number 10 envelope to NPN 2001 Tops Formula One Racing Group, P.O. Box, yada, yada, yada. Only one card per envelope mailed separately, postmarked by October 20th, 2021. Get your time machine out.
Doc and Marty, where are you?
So they have to be received by October 27th, 2021. That drawing is on or about November 3rd, 2021. So I guess, how do I know if I won? So they, because this should have been back in July, and they didn't update the wrapper. So,
well, I bet you could send them in now. I bet they're okay.
Well, I don't know. I would assume so, but
I mean, it'd be worth taking a chance.
Something tells me the people spending $500 a box for F1 are not the same people sending in a no purchase necessary envelope.
So if you want to send it 11,400 or whatever it was,
right?
I'm the no purchase necessary guy.
Yeah, well, yeah, you are, right? So take one or whatever. Anyway, so I wanted to disclose the information that I found out about distinguishing of image variation and base card, and then some of those pack odds. So, anything else with F1 tops?
Yeah.
The Chrome will be coming out in about 12 days, so we got another 2 weeks for Chrome, and I'm curious to see what's going to happen with the base box prices, what they do when Chrome comes out. So,
well, I went to my LCS this past weekend, and he was allocated a case of F1, and he had, when I got there, he had 3 boxes left, and he goes, "Man, I saved one for you." I said, "Well, gee, thanks. How much are they?" And he goes, "Well, they're $449, but I'll sell you one for $400. I'm going, no.
Wow, he made some good money on that because
He
I know,
did.
and that's not bad because, and Jason, you probably can verify this, that these guys buy this stuff months in advance or whatever it is, and then
And they're also putting the money out months in advance.
right. So for every winner they probably have a few losers, not the other
No,
way around. So
I'm with you. I'm glad for them. I mean, that they can actually make some real money off of these boxes instead of them selling them and then on the secondary market, somebody else is making that money. I mean that is my LCS. It's the only really big LCS that we've got here in town. So I want those guys to be there. So if they can make a little bit of money here or there, I'm happy for them. But that's just money. I just don't see the value even at $400. I just don't see it.
yeah, no, I'm the same way. I mean, while on one hand I say that's great that he can sell and he can sell for whatever he wants, but I would not be buying for uh 400. So, but
No, I may be a player at maybe 200, maybe. Probably 175 would be where I'd be. My comfort zone would be with that. I just don't see the value. I mean, I know Jason bought into some brakes. Do you want to talk about your
Yeah.
experience?
yeah, because on the
So,
last show you had talked about getting in on
Yep.
some of those. So if you want to recap real quick.
so to give a little background to this, last week we were talking about box prices. They were 125 on tops, and then pretty much instantly went to 600-700 on the secondary market. They've since dropped to, I saw a couple sell for 375, but those were buy it nows. But the $400 or $500 range. So as we're discussing last week, I start looking at group breaks and just stuff on eBay, and there were some guys, Lewis Hamilton, sold for $500 for a 6-box break. And then there were other guys, which, I bought 5 drivers. I probably bid on 40 different auctions. I went through, everybody didn't have a bid, and I bid $1 at first just to, get that notification that I was outbid that I can watch. And then I decided I was going to max out at $2, which now that I say that, I must have gotten greedy and spent $3 on 2 of them. But I decided I was going to max out at $2 a piece because I don't know F1. I've never purchased anything F1 in my life up until this point. So all in all, I ended up with 5 people from 21 Tops F1 Racing, 6 boxes in a case. My guys were, I'm going to murder these names, James Key, Pierre Wache, Liam Zindelli, Bent Viscal, and Frederic Vasseur. Okay. I'm sure you guys know exactly who these people are, all their win history. Either way, I got 5 people in a break for a grand total of like $13 shipped to my house. So to me, it was can't lose. Maybe and like Logan said, maybe you'll get the one of one of these guys, which did not happen, unfortunately. I think from what I saw on the break, and Two Brothers was actually the company that did the break. And I have another story about that. The only thing that I noticed that I got besides base was a James Key Aqua, which an Aqua is out of $199, I want to say. So for $13, which is less than price of a pack, I got 5 drivers. I got a serial numbered card, and I got them shipped to my house. I do not have them yet. I think I'll get them probably next Monday or Tuesday. But so not bad. But so the story is that one thing I noticed when you brought up the photo variations, when they're doing the break, the guy's looking for color. He's looking for color and inserts. He's just thumbing through the base like nothing. I guarantee he got a photo variation and didn't even realize, and then the customer probably didn't even see it either, because he's just boom, 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 color, boom, 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 color. So, and I don't think I got any of the checkerboards either, but I'll take a numbered card out of F1 for $13.
I think you did fine, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a good gamble for the price of what it's going for and how many people you got. So
right. So the average pack price is $25 roundabout. So not terrible.
No, I'd be curious to see when you get them in hand what you think about them.
Yeah, same. My confirmation is the 28th, or that's my expected delivery date. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be home. So maybe in a couple weeks I can show them off. So we'll see with the work travel schedule when I can get these actually in my hands.
Well, awesome. Yeah, I went out there and tried to bid on some stuff, but I wasn't as. I mean, I tried to bid on some of it, but I think it was ending at a different time or whatever, and didn't get back to it. So
now there were to $3. I probably would have easily had 20 drivers. So it's definitely there for that. You know, in my head the whole time I'm thinking exactly what Logan said. I just need one card to make this all worth it. You know, and really for my $13, I got the sky blue of this James Key dude, and I saw one sold for 10. So I mean, really, I pretty much got my money back, and then I'll just kind of sit on the rest of them and see if anything happens, which I doubt. But if I had just spent a little bit more money, I had a lot better odds of getting something, because I would have had at least 20 drivers.
but it's interesting though that they just rifled through it.
They're doing breaks all day long. I think that's why.
Yeah,
but I can still see the point of it's a $500 box. Let's show a little bit more love and consideration to this.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a Topps base. I mean, it is, but it's a few time multipliers than a Topps base, but
right.
It should be priced like a Topps base, but it's not. So,
and from what I saw, and like I said, my break was a 6 box, and I did see another 6 box. I mean, they went through it in probably 30 minutes. That tells you how fast they were going. The relic hit every other box was true from what I saw, and the pack out of the color parallels seemed right on par with what it was advertised for the odds, and I did not see an autograph.
Yeah, none.
So none at all.
None at all.
Okay, so everything kind of falls in line with what Topps has advertised.
That's why I have that kind of price point with no autographs.
Right?
Yeah, that's again. I keep saying this, but show me the value. I just and somebody correct me, or somebody give me a good talking point on where the value is, because I just don't see it at that price point.
It makes me wonder though, why does this set not have autographs? Why? I mean, I get that it's flagship and it's supposed to be a lower price tag, but they have them in baseball. So is it something with it being international? Like, I don't see why they wouldn't at least have the bums for autographs.
I don't know. But I don't know. Maybe this was supposed to be more of a, the base to get folks. I mean, if this was a $150, $200 box, I think a lot more would be flying off the shelf. But again, we have Chrome coming out. This should have been out, 6 months ago. So we'll see.
Something's up, because, and I'm not actually asking. This is rhetorical. When's the that didn't have an autograph? I mean, it's so commonplace now that it's overlooked. But for a new product that you're trying to get traction, you don't have them, and your relic is every other box. So yeah,
they got it. They're, I guess, saving it up for Chrome.
maybe, yeah. Just odd.
Yeah. Well, we're all learning this, the F1 cards as well. So, but next week we'll talk about the 2022 rosters for all the teams and go through that. Hopefully, maybe we'll get a checklist for Chrome. So we'll be reviewing that in future shows. So, anything else for F1?
No.
I think we're trying to finish the show up with some eBay sales. We're already at an hour, but
Yeah. Yeah, before we get to eBay sales, I want to talk about an auction that I stumbled onto about 2 hours late. This was Memory Lane. They had their winter rarities auction that ended on Saturday. I think it was like Saturday at 6:00 or something Central Time for me. Anyway, I was just going through there and just typing in search for NASCAR, right? So I did, and voila, something popped up. It was lot number 1574, and it was a 1988 Max Charlotte basic set graded by PSA, all 10s. It's number one tied on the registry with some other sets, same sets. It started bidding at $300, and with the 20% buyer's premium added on to this, it sold for $1,886.40. That's $19 a card that somebody paid. So somebody stole this set, in my opinion, because these cards are worth way more than that. I mean, you can't hardly buy a 9 for, $15 or so. So a 10 is going to be, in a common card, is going to be at least $25-$30 card. So somebody got a great deal. Like I said, I think they stole it. I wish I'd seen it because I was like 2 hours late to the party, because I would have definitely bid on that. And if the price would have been right, I would have gotten it instead. So,
well, the grading fees alone.
Well,
yeah.
not only that, but because it's Charlotte, it's got Richard Petty, PSA 10, Darrell Waltrip, PSA 10, card number 87, the Earnhardt, the short print, with the team, PSA 10, Michael
Davey
Waltrip,
Allison.
Davey Allison, Bill Elliott, Cal Yarborough, Alan Kawicki. You go on and on with everybody. PSA 10, that's unbelievable because it's basically the grading fees.
Yeah, it is basically the grading fees. So hey, kudos to whoever got it, man. I wish I had known about this. Dang.
They didn't call us.
No, they didn't call. Yeah, and of course, this memory lane auction. They're touting the big 52 mantle cards and the Babe Ruth rookies and those things. And these things are kind of off, lower down in the pecking order. So you almost have to be looking for something like this to find it. And like I said, I was just a few hours late to the party, and I barely missed it.
Bobby Allison, Mark Martin, Rusty Wallace. We can go on and on.
Yep. So that was a heck of a deal. So like I said, congrats to whoever got it. I don't know if you're a listener or not, but man, you did good.
Yeah, Ernie Irvin. Yeah, that was somebody stole that.
Literally. I kind of feel for the poor guy that was selling it.
Yeah, I feel bad for them because they could have got, I think more. I think it was to the wrong crowd, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that was the only NASCAR lot in that auction. So again, it's something you would have to really specifically be looking for, pigeonholing into NASCAR.
Yeah, I don't usually look at those auctions because they're all Mantle's unopened 62 Tops wax box.
Yeah.
Nothing I can afford. So
Yeah. We could have afforded this though. I mean,
I can definitely see the value in this.
no doubt. No doubt. So anyway, I just want to throw that out there. So, one of the things I'm going to try to start doing is going through some of these big auction house auctions and seeing if there's anything in there and let people know about it. So, lesson learned for me. I was just kind of, sitting around on a Saturday night, just messing around and saw this. So anyway, there you go. So, eBay auctions. Let's go to that real quick. I know we're getting long on time. The big card that sold this week really wasn't sold for a whole lot of money. This was on the 20th of February. It was a 2020 Topps Dynasty Formula One Carlos Sainz. I may be butchering that name. Sainz. Triple patch auto 10 of 10. PSA 10. Pop 1, of course. It sold for $3,319 with 34 bids. So that was the biggest card that sold this week on eBay. I went through and looked, and I couldn't believe we didn't have a 5-figure card, but we did not. So that was a big one. Some other things I saw were there was an Austin Cedric, staying with the Daytona 500 theme, Austin Cedric Chronicles on the 22nd. It was autographed at numbered to 10. It sold for $53 with 19 bids. So I'm thinking, that's probably about right. It's out of 10, $53, 19 bids. So I thought that was pretty good. As far as, we've been talking about 2021 Topps Formula One, the Lewis Hamilton Aqua Border card. It doesn't say what number. I just noticed that. But however, it's the Aqua version border, numbered 178 of 199, sold for $76 with 9 bids. So that was pretty good. And something that we talked about offline, also on the 22nd, there was a 2007, and Ken is going to like this, 2007 Rittenhouse IndyCar Series card. It's an autographed card, 50th anniversary of AJ Foyt. And it's in a plastic holder, and it's got a little seal around it. It's pretty neat. It sold for $186.21 with 23 bids. So I thought that was really good. I mean, there's some love there for the IndyCar, and I'm glad to see that. Plus, AJ's a legend anyway. So what did you think about that, Val? I know that you saw that.
Yeah, so the Rittenhouse, that AJ Foyt, I think that's like a case topper or whatever. So it's a little bit limited, but AJ Foyt, he's just one of those legends in anything he drives. So he can get in anything. He's won Daytona 500 and all the IndyCar stuff. So for I guess no collection is complete without one of his autos. So
Yeah, agreed. Totally agree.
So yeah, I've got one. I think he was in the Legends, and I think he was in Press Pass had him in a few different things. So, but that Rittenhouse definitely caught my attention. So that's a nice price for that. So
yeah, it really is. I don't know how limited those are. I don't know that they're numbered because I didn't see a number on there. So I don't know if there are any production numbers or anything were released. But still, it's a really neat card, and I think that was a good price. So some other things I saw, a 2021 National Treasures, talking about Brad Keselowski. This is a Brad Keselowski race used NASCAR logo, has the NASCAR logo on it. It's a 1-of-1. It went for $320 with 11 bids. So that was pretty strong for that card. Something else that I saw was this is on the 17th, a 1988 Max box, complete box of 44 packs, and it looked nice too. It says mint look, which anytime somebody says look, that annoys me, but Anyway, it went for $250. Best offer accepted. They were asking 300, and he settled on 250. So I think, for that, that's actually not that bad because the packs looked really, really nice. They look crisp.
And what year was that?
88 Max.
That's what I thought. Yeah, they're getting tough to find. If you want to find those mint Richard Petty's and like the other guys that we talked about, that's where to do it.
Yeah, and this was a Charlotte box because they showed a pack out of there, and of course, I looked on the back and it didn't have the Myrtle Beach printing on the back of the card on the back, the checklist card. So they were definitely Charlotte printing, the second printing. But still all in all for 250 for 44 packs. I mean, people are spending more than that on a single card. So I mean, you're going to get some Richard Petty rookies in there. You're going to get, like Val was talking about with all the other drivers in there too. So I mean, if you want to hold it or if you want to bust it, that's up to you. But I thought that was pretty neat.
Two boxes of 88 Max or one box of flagship F1.
You know what? That's a great point. If I'm going to spend that, I'll buy the 88 Max all day long, every day.
Not to mention you get 44 packs instead of 18. But anyway,
there you go.
Not to harp on the tops. I like the tops F1. I just wish it wasn't so much. So okay.
Yeah, me too. I'm with you. And one other thing that I saw was on the 21st is a 1996 VIP press pass Dale Earnhardt Sr. autograph. And it's the autograph on it, and we've talked about this before too, was, look, I don't know what kind of Sharpie or whatever he used, but it was faded some, just, in parts, you could see it being faded. It did sell for $255 though, with two bids. So even though it was faded, it still got a good price. So, do I think that was a little much probably for that card, but it's still Dale Earnhardt. And I think that's, as far as eBay auctions, that's really about all I've got.
I can see I was going to show you guys this here. I was trying to get confirmation from the F1 group that I'm pretty sure this was kind of unlicensed card, but you can see they're still selling. They're graded by this um, grading card company, and they're listed as a 2008 Pro 2.0s. I mean, you can see they're getting a few $100s. So this is something that is unlicensed and will not, PSA or the big grading card companies will not grade these unlicensed cards. So just trying to buyer beware and trying to
Yep.
spread some educate folks as well as we learn. We try to document this as well and try to share some of this knowledge. So um, some folks are out a few a few $100s because they weren't sure or whatever. So
Yeah, that's good information, and that's the reason that you guys watch us and listen to us.
yeah, so in the video format you can see there's a close-up picture of Lewis Hamilton, but for those that are on the podcast, it's the 2008 Pro 2.0. It's like I said, a close-up of Lewis Hamilton, and it has a purple kind of swoosh on the side in yellow with his name. So just be careful with those pre tops. If it's not tops trumps is it was licensed, coming out of the card game. But these two Pro 2.0s, I went online saying, okay, well, if this is some kind of set, there should be kind of some kind of checklist, which I could not find. But then, referred to the Formula One trading card collector chat buy and sell swap on Facebook group. Those guys are pretty good, um, but wanted to just kind of bring that to everybody's attention. So if I can help save, or we can help save some folks from spending a few $100s, then it's definitely worth it.
So one other thing, I got a Facebook notification. Today is somebody's birthday that we all know and love. Ivan Lovegren's birthday is today.
Yes, I wish him happy birthday. Yeah. So
Yeah, happy birthday, Ivan! If you, for some weird reason, listen to us.
well,
I
you
know
know,
we're
we have
not one all the way, but still.
Yeah, California, I don't think is one of our bigger audiences, but definitely happy birthday to Ivan. We'll hope to have him on the show as well. So big F1 collector. Anything else, guys?
I think that's all I got. What about you, Jason?
Yep, same here. Nothing else for me.
Well, I want to thank everybody for watching, listening to the podcast. Thank our listeners from New York, New Jersey, Texas, Illinois, some of the larger listening audiences, as well as folks international. We appreciate you listening. And we want to thank our sponsor, Panini America. And from me and the guys, we will catch you next week.